seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Hello, good morning, everyone in Coco, everyone else in Coco. So, today I was thinking that we are gonna hopefully be able to get the rest of the, whatever this is called, the rest of the communities page done, but this code that was working the entire time I was on vacation and the entire time on Wednesday decided it no longer wants to work. So we get to try to figure out why the heck this is not working. It literally has community posts in it, and it just doesn't work. So I think we're gonna unfortunately just have to move this into the service, the community service here. So like whenever we get our random communities for discovery, we'll shuffle them and we'll loop through them, and then apply random, whatever they're called, random post. Map community, let's see what this one does. Takes all posts. So we could actually use this, I guess. Like, where are we actually using map communities to community post? So then just takes all posts equal to communities.stream. Makes a new, oh never mind, this is mapping a post to a community post. That's not gonna work. We need a community post for discovery. Yeah, so basically what I think we need to do is make a function, a private function that can take in here. I don't like this. The other option is setting up a whole bunch of data, like an SQL file, which I can. That shit takes a long time, and I don't want to do that this morning. Because basically what we could also do is come into our resources and our data.sql and come down here, because we have a bunch of posts in here. We basically do like we have here, insert user role and following and followers, which is what I was originally gonna do. How's it going, Zena? Right, I was away for a long time, so we have like 1,000 posts here or something. Well, it was going good this morning until this decided to just break for no reason. Yeah, I don't have Discord on any of my other devices, I'm sorry. I only have it on my desktop. I used to have Discord on my other phone, but I just haven't, I don't know what the login is off the top of my head, so I just have never installed it on my new personal phone after we got phones around my birthday time. So, alright, let's go down here. So, I think the band-aid for this morning would be to make a private function to randomize stuff. Well, it was kind of like we left super early in the morning and all of that stuff. So, because it was a really long drive, so we were packing up the night before. getting everything ready to go, and then it was like a 12 or 13-hour drive. So it was kind of like the last thing on my mind. But yeah. Looks nice. I need to configure my Discord or my auto mod to not just ban people or delete messages that have more than 3 emojis or 3 whatever. They look nice. Is it supposed to be like a Pokemon or just a turtle? It kind of looks like both. It's a turtle. Looks nice. Maybe one day if I ever get partnership, whatever it's called here, affiliate, I'll get some emojis done or whatever those are called done. Words are hard today. I need to configure it. I'm just lazy because I only have like 3 people in here talking at a time. For a band-aid, I think I'm just gonna basically turn this into a function. And see here. Is this mapping members to? It is mapping members. Okay. I don't know that I will though. Maybe if I blow up one day, I'll get communities, or I'll get affiliate. So this doesn't work, and I need to figure out why. It was working in Iowa, but it's not working here. But as a band-aid fix, so I can actually work on what I want to work on today, we're going to comment this out. And we are going to take this level here. We're going to copy this guy from here, I think. We're going to make a function or a private private method that will return a list of communities called assign random users, and we'll call it assign random users and host maybe, and then this will take in another list of communities. I don't know why it doesn't want to show up list of community. I must have something spelled wrong. Communities, right? And then sick. I liked what I was seeing before, so I'm excited to see what it looks like whenever with color and everything. Sick. Appreciate that. It was looking good. I really liked it. And I think it'd be cool to I think it's cool to kind of pay homage to like the original logo. Dot get all users. Find all users. Let's see here. Okay, I need to look at the user service really quick. User service. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I might not sound excited, but this is just my normal voice, so that's my bad. Yeah, it looks sick. Repeat which part, I'm sorry. Verify email, set password. Do they not have like get all users? That's wild to me. I don't have a get all users. But now the problem is that now I don't know which part you missed. Get all users. So now we're both screwed. Find all. Okay. Oops. Oh, about the part of my old logo, maybe? Yeah, I like the fact that we're like paying homage is what it's called, or like displaying my past logo. I like that a lot. So we can kind of see where I started and then where I got to, type situation. Okay, now we need the post service as well for a little bit. Private final post. Whoops. Service and then post service. Yeah. And it's actually like exactly what I was like thinking of in my head whenever I sent you the idea. So like you really nailed that part. So it might be a while. Let's see what we have in here. Do we have a get all post? Probably not. Because I am trying to upgrade my PC before I do anything else. If I'm going to be honest. And here for the next month or two, excuse me, hiccup. For the next month or two, me and my wife need to save money, so. Not that we're like bad off, just holidays were really expensive, so. I think we can go ahead and return the updated communities here. So if we do have any extra money, it's going to go towards saving towards a new computer. I got some Christmas money and I actually won my fantasy football league. Like I have a little bit of money to save for the computer, or I got second place in the fantasy football league. I have a little bit of money to save for computer parts, but it's still like a GPU is like $600 US, so. Okay, so I think now, I don't really love how this gets set up. And I think this is prone to probably other issues. But now what we can do is whenever we get all communities, we can say list community. That's going to add a lot of work, unfortunately. Communities is equal to this. Oops. And then return this dot and then find random users and post. Nice. Happy for you. Communities. Okay. But now the issue. I really hope you get to see that other. Hope you get to see the other money for that. Hopefully they don't scam you or anything. I doubt they will, but. Now I gotta say. Happy for you. Community is equal to community dot get this. Then we got to say, let's see here. Return this dot this list dot of. This is really annoying that we gotta do all this, and I'm gonna go back through and redo this Is it just like a big stream package, or is this like something else? Of community, and then dot get 0. Okay, that should be fine. Whenever we create a community, this part doesn't matter. Update community is probably fine. Let's see here. Delete community is probably fine. Get communities for discovery. This one we definitely want to say return this dot assign random users and post. And then we will wrap this like so. Okay. And then map community, that's fine. Get community post for discovery. So now what we need to go ahead and do is we need to take these random guys, and this is going to be fun. This dot assign random users and post. Wrap this. And then we'll do all of that, and then we should have post. We should do this, and hopefully this stops that error. And then same thing here. So then we have our communities. This dot assign random users and post. Oops. Hopefully this works. Delete that. Okay, get communities by type. Once again, we'll need to return this dot assign random users and post. Go ahead and wrap the communities that we grabbed. This one is fine, because by then we should just already have the information. Get users communities. This one also should be fine because we added ourselves to the communities. And then this one should also be fine. Although here, I think we need, I don't know if we need a community post in this part yet. We'll just see if this one breaks. I kind of want to wrap it. So I'm going to probably go through and remove all of this at a later date after I throw it into the data SQL, but I graduated from college 5 or 6 years ago at this point. So I've been working in the field for about 5 to 6 years. 6 years officially. I got my first job in February 2021, so it'll be 5 years. Or is it 2020? 2021, I think. So it'll be 5 years in February, like in a month. But now you're just gonna roast me for my trash code, so I probably shouldn't have. Should probably just said, yeah, I'm an undergraduate. Appreciate the like. Alright. Also, this code was started being written like 3 years ago, so I'm kind of building on top of trash. Alright, I gotta get up real quick, guys, and take care of my daughter. I'll be right back. my daughter. I have a kid and I'm married. I'm Unk at this point. Alright, y'all. So we had to take a detour on what I wanted to work on today. So let's see if this wants to load now. Or if post is gonna... Okay, post is hanging. There we go. Now the only thing that sucks is that every time I refresh this, post is gonna be slightly different. But it is what it is. So now we can start working on what I wanted to work on. I need to remember that what I just did there was only a band-aid. It's not the fix I want to keep in place forever, but it is what it is. So now what I want to work on is probably community search, I guess. That's probably gonna be the most annoying part. So if we go into one of these random communities like centralized, and there's a search right here, we want to be able to actually use this search. So let me open up real Twitter and see what their search looks like. I got way too much stuff open. Alright, let's see. Communities. And this is, communities is like the very last thing I have to work on. So I'm excited about that. Okay. Let me click on search. So there is a top and latest area and then some other information. So we need to work on the top bar first. We go into our front end. I don't actually keep track or keep up with AI and all of that stuff. I'm assuming it's some sort of AI hackathon, right? Communities, we need our communities top bar. But anyone can compete, so that's pretty cool if it's actually ran and sanctioned by Google. So we're not using this, so let's clean this up really quick. That's pretty sick. Does that have good prizes? I mean, I don't have time or energy to work on that or to do that, but that's pretty sick that Google's doing something for that. Okay, so we need a community search explorer or community search selection bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and cheat. Copy this. Dang, 50K. That's actually insane. Did I break that? No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I just deleted that. 50K is insane. I would love 50K, but there's no way I'm winning no Google hackathon and spinning. I mean, it'd be fun probably, but I don't got time to do that. It is using user community. Why is it saying it wasn't a second ago? What's wrong with you? Alright, so we need to yoink this guy. And then let's come back down to the bottom. I'm gonna paste it in. So now this will be community. I'll call this community search selection bar. Okay. And then we'll still take in an active tab, a handle click, and a navigate. So our handle click is going to basically just do nothing, just select top or latest. So it doesn't really matter. So whenever we spawn in, we're going to set the top. Okay. And then handle click we'll deal with. So now I need to open up this guy. All right. So this size is I'm going to say 292. So tab size 292. And then this bar is probably only 56. Yeah, 56. 56. All right. And then the ID is going to be top. And then active tab top. I chose I did not choose a very good one. I should have actually chose a different one because this one's kind of gross. But content is just going to be top. Like so. Okay. And then latest is going to be probably the same size. So slightly bigger, 306. 306 px. The active size is going to be probably slightly bigger as well. Let's see. Going to be 56 as well. Okay. Now this one's going to be latest ID, latest, and content's going to be latest. Okay. So there is that. So whenever we come in here, we'll just come here. We don't need to navigate anywhere, so we'll just ignore the navigate. And then current page. I don't know that we need current page either. For this one specifically, we can probably also ignore current page. Like what we can actually do is remove current page and navigate from this completely. We don't need either of those. We just need handle click and active tab. And we can just go ahead and call handle tab clicked and pass in top on use effect. Don't know why that's mad at us because we have handle tab clicked. Here we go. Okay. So now what we can go ahead and do is we can have our tab clicked. So we'll just go ahead and do this. And honestly, like, we probably don't even need to do this, but that's fine. We'll just get the ID and call handle tab clicked. And then tabs will be, we'll go ahead and call this community, search selection bar tabs. Go ahead and use this. Paste it in here. Then we just need to go ahead and basically what we need to go ahead and do now is just use this. And we also need to set up the handle tab clicked for this. So I think like realistically we can just use the one that we already have up here. So if I scroll up, kind of a mess in here, but it is what it is. So back clicked, handle member search clear, handle search clear, handle member search change, handle search clicked. We have active tab and then we have handle change tab and it takes in the tab and just sets the active tab. So I think we can just use that again. So what we do is, let's see here, render community page top bar content. I think that we need to come inside the actual top bar itself and do something similar to like this. So like if current page is equal to this, so now we'll say, whoops, current page equal to, and I think we called this community search, I believe. And so if we're on the community search page, then we also want the community search selection bar. And then inside the community search selection bar, we need the active tab, which is equal to the active tab. And we also need the handle tab clicked, which is going to equal to handle change tab. And the reason why I don't care about this is just going to grab different posts. So I don't care if the posts are different or not. We just want to display the post regardless. So yeah, now we can just switch between tabs. I don't really care. Cool. So if we have no search content, then we need to go ahead and just display search results will appear here as you type. So if we come back in here, whoops, I broke it. Hello? There we go. Okay, so let's say community search results maybe, slash community search results.tsx, whoops, and community search results.css. Okay, import React from React, and then import, whoops, our dot slash community, oh my goodness, community search results.css, export const, and then community, whoops, search results. This is a react.fc. I don't think we need any state on this. Div last name equal to community dash search results. So we need to grab the search content equal to use selector state root state and state dot, and then this is going to be communities. We also need the selected community. All right. So we're gonna first check if not selected community. Let's go ahead and early return that we don't have to deal with any of this stuff. So we don't have a selected community somehow. We'll just go ahead and return. And we'll set a use effect. Do like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and set some community post. I don't know why use effect doesn't matter to us. But const, and we'll go ahead and say community post and set community post equal to use state of a, this might be a, let's make a post array. Okay. Now, I don't know why use effect doesn't matter to us, because it's possibly unreachable maybe. Whatever. Alright. I'm gonna save. Alright, y'all. I need to take, I know I just got up to take care of my daughter, but I need to take a quick restroom break. So I'll be back as soon as possible. Be right back, y'all.
Myself another bottle, I don't even check the price. Black jacket on me, looking cute, make sure she looking twice. I don't even wanna go out. It's still cold even when I'm out the house. She wanna play house, what you talking about? I wanna stay out, and I'm just talking out loud. Cigarette the wrong way round. Wake up and I'm upside down, yeah. Well, it's just the way it goes. She like her like glamorous and it's just the way it goes. Now we at the hotel, wanna take off her clothes. I'm hoping she won't talk cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. shit so righteous, but I know it's like she chose. Now we in the VIP, so don't you get too close. She wants a weed for me, I need to get my dose. And I got myself too far top of the Uber, they relax. She called me, hit me up, I'm telling her, bitch, relax. Cause I'm throwing up in the sink right now. Wake up and I'm upside down. Well, it's just the way it goes. She like her look glamorous and it's just the way it goes. Now we at the hotel, wanna take off her clothes. I'm hoping she won't tell cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. She like her look glamorous and it's just the way it goes. Now we at the hotel, wanna take off her clothes. I'm hoping she won't tell cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. I thought you told me you would stay forever, but I know I told you I'd change for the better. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. 'Cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. 'Cause I wanna lay low. Just the way it goes.
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for
कमरे में घुसता जैसे हाथी टेबल बैठा तो फिर गांधी करते मोटा 4 शो का होते दंगे चलती लाठी हमने हार से सीखा और सीखों से जीत बना दी सोना था हराम तभी तो किस्मत हो रही चांदी चांदी है मीन एक दिन रहता दिल्ली दूजे दिन में बैठा बाली पंगा चीते से तो समझो रास्ता बिल्ली काटे काली है कैन सी थ्रू ऑल ऑफ देम ये रैपर सबके सब है जाली जब जब पैरी मांगे पैर तब तब पैरी मांगे पानी यू नो खड़ा जमा हिला सकता नहीं है कोई हम हराम करके नींदे इनकी मनमानी से सोई अरमान है लेनी और जमीन ना की अरमानी है बोई और जैसे हम करते बाबे ऐसा या करता नहीं है कोई क्योंकि शो के स्टॉप पर ठहरा दें दिक्कत ताकि तो कहना पे चादर और टांगे फैलाते और मजनू अपनी लैला के मैं हूँ डिमांड में आजकल जैसे सर पे सह रहा है और जब भी देते हैं तो खाओ काफी गहरा दे यू नो इट तेरा वे पैंथर ZXC you know what it is
You're not strong enough to care. Getting lost in my own pain. Not in the game. One more day.
Alright, it's time to lock in. I didn't even mute the microphone last time like an idiot. Alright, so we need to set our community post. So we'll say if our selected community, which it should be at this point, we'll go ahead and say we'll actually watch selected community change, and it should actually change because if anything will go from undefined to defined. So then we'll go ahead and say set community post to the selected community dot and then community post. If we refresh the page, it's going to change, unfortunately, for now, but we can, I'm going to try to get the data set up to fix that before I upload the videos to YouTube. Okay, so there's that. So now we say we have our selected community, we are grabbing our posts. So then what we need to go ahead and do is do something. Let's see, how do we want to do this? So I think first we check to see search content. We'll say search content is equal to an empty string question mark. So if search content is equal to an empty string, we'll have a div, the class name equal to community search results, and then placeholder, I guess. And then otherwise, if we have this div class name equal to community search results, and then this will go ahead and be called what do we want to call this? This will go ahead and be called post, I guess. And really that pred doesn't even need a name because we're just going to use feed post in there. So if we are in the placeholder, this is just going to go ahead and have like a p tag with a class name community dash search results placeholder text, and then here it's just going to say search results will appear here as you type. That's all that's going to say. And then here basically what we want to go ahead and do is if there's search content, we need to basically, I think we need to more or less update the community posts as the content's coming in. Like if we have a selected community, and maybe we should also say like search content as well. And then here we want to basically filter out. So we can say select communities dot filter community, or actually we'll say post, and I'm gonna wrap this actually post. So we'll say if so I don't know, is it by their name? Let's just put like an F in. So it looks like it's based off the content inside of the post itself. So we're gonna say if post dot content post dot, and this should be a post. So let's maybe if we say that post dot, is it gonna work? No, of course not. Let me see here. Let me return post really quick. I don't know why it's being weird, but okay. Utils, global interfaces are posts. Let's see here. User, RGB, post image. Our post is just content, so post.content. So Also, community post should just be a regular old post, right? Like, let's see. Let's look at our community again. So community is just a post array, yeah. So why does this matter to me? We're gonna say if our post.content dot, I don't know if it's includes or contains, includes, and then search content dot, and then to lowercase. We'll go ahead and return that post. Return post. Okay, so, and that's probably why, because I have an S on there on accident. Right, so that's how we're gonna filter it. So if it includes that, and then maybe for post dot author, let's do this. Let's say const includes content includes, maybe, and that's going to be equal to post dot content dot includes search content dot to lowercase, right? I'm going to say const author nickname includes is equal to post dot author dot, and then we'll say nickname dot includes, and then search content dot to lowercase. This stream is a mess. I'm about to get up again. And then const author username includes equal to post dot author dot username dot includes search content dot to lowercase. Whoops. Okay, I might have to get up again, unfortunately. See if she goes back to sleep. She might have went back to sleep. Okay, so if any of those, and then maybe we, just for the heck of it, console log the community post. And here we'll say if search content is equal to an empty string, we'll just return post automatically. So we'll get all the posts back automatically. Right? So now if we go into our pages, communities page, yep, it's called community search. Okay, and let's see. So I'm going to put this under members and moderators. Actually put it above members and moderators. Doesn't really matter, but case community search return community search. They're going to show up. Search results, there we go. So now it should show up. Okay, it's fine. Go in here, go on search. Yep, search results will appear here as you type. And if we look inside, I don't know why my right click on my mouse isn't working. I might need to get a new mouse, unfortunately. Console, we have an array of 100 that we can search through. Cool. Now is it gonna work? I don't know. So now for the top bar. Let's see. Go back to our community top bar. So now gonna be our top bar content. Well, obviously we don't have a community. We do have a community search. Okay. Do we have a suggested already? Okay, so we need to change this based on which page we're on. So like at this point, we're probably better off taking this and actually doing it like this. Make sure we get the return as well. Okay, so now always going to be suggested. So we'll go ahead and delete this part. Get rid of this. Forgot what the other one's supposed to be, but I'll look it up in a sec. Okay, might still need to get up here. So it's going to be handle community search change and handle community search clear. Oh, we already have it. Okay, so then this can be just search community. Like so. And then we need to go ahead and make these. So handle community search change. Which, do we need to change it? What does handle search change do? Just change the search content? Handle search clicked. Member search, handle search change, just update search content. I guess we didn't need to change that. I think we're just good to go. And handle search clear, what does that do? Just clears the content? Okay, so handle search clear definitely needs to be different though. We don't want to initialize suggested communities again. So we can keep this. We definitely need to change this one. So const handle community search clear. This one's basically going to dispatch and then update. Let's update maybe search content to be empty, and that's all it's going to do. Okay. So now in theory, we click on like this one. Okay, that's an issue we need to fix. That's cool. We're still not clearing out the content. That's something I need to figure out, is how we can actually clear that properly, and that's something I'm going to work on. But click on search. Okay, we have our array. I'm going to open up Redux DevTools real quick. So I can just see what's going on. So now if we type in here, like H, so it did filter them, but it's not mapping through them. So it is working. It is working. Cool. Okay, so now we just need to map through those basically. Let's see here. So if we go into our community search results, okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Space FG, there we go. I'm gonna find where we were mapping through some posts. I'm gonna copy paste because I'm a lazy piece of garbage. Probably go into community post, huh? Let's see here. Community post here. We're gonna grab this. Come in here. Paste it in there. So this is just going to be, I think we called this just community post. Or we did call it community post. So why are you mad at me? And we'll import feed post. We'll import post. And I can promise you. Okay, this is a problem. We can just delete this one. Sure. Get rid of that. Conflict. Okay, that fixes that. Shoot. We're gonna import post as what they call it, iPost. Get around that. So community post should be at least an empty array. So why are you mad at me? Possibly undefined. It is not possibly undefined. I can promise you that if we don't have a selected community, it's at least an empty string. But you know what? It could be undefined because I forgot to set that part up. Okay. So now as we search, these will pop up. And then we don't care if we click side to side. Now if we type in here, H, we have these now. Shouldn't matter if we click between here. That has Sanchez in it. So if we go I in. Yep. Cool. Clear it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and style this guy. Look at the search. So this has a little bit of padding and stuff, I would imagine. Hard to tell because Twitter makes it impossible to actually click on stuff. So padding is 30, that's 32. Yeah, 32. So we'll do this. Community search results. Copy this. This is going to be very simple. Width 100%. And height will be fit content. My daughter's having a real rough time this morning. I don't know why she's not able to sleep. Go ahead and grab this. Once again, width will be 100%. Height will be fit dash content. We're going with padding. The padding will be 32 px0 px. We'll display flexes, justify content in the center, and align items in the center. Believe that'll be fine. Then we just need this placeholder text. Copy this. Okay, and let's deal with this. So here, our text is 15. We'll say margin 0, padding 0, font, whoops, maybe, size 15 px, font dash weight. Font weight is 400, and our color is pound 657786. And then we really don't need a class name on this. This is more just naming what it does, I guess. Looks good to me. works. Cool. Now going back, does that work? Who knows? It does. Sick. Okay, so that's our search bar. Now we have a hashtag page. So if we click on hashtag, basically, let me look at what happens on Twitter. Supposed to pull up things that like basically this is supposed to pull up like post with that hashtag, but I don't care. This needs a selection bar, which is really stupid. But let's grab this, let's make the selection bar. So let's go into our top bar, community post top bar. Okay, and we'll create this really simple silly top bar. I'm not gonna grab this one because this one is complicated. We'll grab what's a simple one? This one, community search selection bar. Grab this guy. Okay, this is gonna be community hashtag selection bar. It's gonna be the same thing, and this is just gonna be latest. Oops, latest, like so. Delete this, and literally we can just keep this like so. Okay, and the rest of this can stay the same. And then we can come in here and say like we can come up here, come below community search, current page is equal to hashtag, and then we need to go ahead and add the community hashtag selection bar, and then active tab is equal to active tab. We need to rename that stuff down there, and handle tab clicked will be equal to handle tab clicked, or change tab. All we need. And then let's go ahead and come down here and make sure we rename this one so it matches community, and this is hashtag selection bar tabs, and then handle, even just copy paste that, handle community hashtag selection bar tabs. And then here we'll also go ahead and say handle, this one also needs to be community hashtag. Also go ahead and say community hashtag, like so. And let's also change this one so that it also kind of matches what it's supposed to say. Community search. And then handle community search. I figured these would be pretty quick today. Handle community search. But I didn't know how quick. It should have been quicker if I wouldn't have somehow broke the bean, but it is what it is. So now that should be everything there. Now if we come in here, go to footer, you can see latest. The width does need to be changed to 598 though, so let's fix that. So come down here, there is one thing we need to change in here. So this will be, I'm actually going to set it to 600. I think it's the width of this. We'll see what it looks like. Maybe if I can click on the right thing. There we go. Cool. And then basically this just is going to show all of the posts. I don't really care. So more or less, all we need to do is come into our community components. Communities. I'm going to call it community hashtag post, I guess, / community hashtag post.tsx. I honestly don't even think this needs a CSS. Export const community hashtag post react.fc, make our arrow function, Because here's all we're going to do. We're going to return a div class name equal to community dash hashtag dash post. And we're going to go ahead and basically say const selected community is equal to use selector state root state state.communities. So if not selected community, return null. We don't have to deal with that. And then basically we're just going to go ahead and say selected community dot community post dot map through each post. And we're going to basically just do the same exact thing we just did before inside of our community search, where we just take this bit, and we should really probably put that in its own component at this point, the amount of times we've used it. Import this, import our post, and then what we can go ahead and do, I guess we'll just do a quick community hashtag post.css, and we'll import that really quick. Import dot slash community, and we called this hashtag post, hashtag post.css, and we'll just go ahead and do this real quick. Dot community dash hashtag post, and this will be width 100%. And height would just be fit dash content, because the page itself should already be like 100% and it should suck it to the top. Then we just need to go to our page and we need to check for hashtag. So case hashtag return community post hashtags. For community hashtag post. All we should have to do there. Now if we come in here, keeps deselecting our community for some reason. I don't know why it keeps thinking algorithm is selected. I'm gonna go to the home page, and I'm going to refresh this. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up so that like the users communities and like everything loads up on startup. Go to communities. Okay. I don't know why it says it wasn't loading. Go to solution. If it says algorithm again, I'm gonna be confused. Okay, so now if we go ahead and click on hashtag, yeah. It's just going to show the communities, and that's fine. Or the posts, and that's fine. I don't really care. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to click join. Agree and join. Okay, it says we're joined. So now if we go back to communities. Okay, something broke here. Or it's loading. It's just taking a long time to load. Console. So let's see. That's fine. Network. What's going on with this? Communities. There. It just took a while to, or it wasn't loading for some reason. Okay. That part's fine. If we go back home. Okay. And these are going to be random, because we're randomizing them right now. So that is the community hashtag page. So now what we need to do is deal with the loading sequence of the community page. I don't know where we load in all of the user data and stuff. I'm going to take a look at the app itself. If we look at app, so we fetch location, We check if we have our user logged in or not. So this isn't logging, making sure the user's logged in or anything here. Because the user's already in the app state at this point. So config, probably shouldn't have showed that. Whoopsie daisies, I didn't know what was in that. Okay, so I don't 100% know where we are fetching the user from. I know that we're checking in the storage state. And we're checking to see if user.loggedin is set. Let's look at the Redux for user. So login user, verify username, get user by token, follow user. So where do we set from register, reset, set token? Let's see what the startup sequence is. We're just at home. Right, so clear this. It's been a long time since I messed with this. Grab the home bundle. Call location. Call verify. So where are we calling verify at? We're calling verify at layout page. We're doing it in layout page. So layout page. Okay, so layout page, we're checking the JWT. And then we get the user by token. And if we have a username logged in, everything, we set that. And that's how we load the user's profile. So I think we need to also load communities. Oh, excuse me. So this is only for this. Because we need to... Here's the thing, we need to load the communities as soon as we load in, like no matter what. Because a user... I kind of want to watch like state.loggedin. Guess we could do it here, right? But this is also watching for username. We kind of want one that just watches for state.loggedin. And when they're logged in, load their communities. That way we have them on hand no matter where we're at. I would love to kind of redo this entire app loading here. But so outlet is where our entire app, no it's not. This is where just random content's getting loaded, I guess. Because our app, theme provider, router, route, no. I mean, we could probably put it in here. This watches for user logged in token and message init complete. We could throw it in here. We could definitely throw it in here. Because this is watching for when the user gets logged in. So if the user's logged in and user.token, we need like an app-wide initialize like loading function. But I think the only thing that we have to like load are the post or the user profile and their communities. Really. Because yeah, this kind of poo-poo. Because I need to put like any of the communities they're following at the top of the page of the home page as well, which is what makes this complicated. I mean, we might just throw it in here, even though it doesn't really worry. I'm not really worried about the message state itself. I kind of want like an app-wide. Take the user slice again. We almost needed like a global loading state. I don't think this has like a user loading or anything. No, it just has logged in, following followers, all of that stuff. We don't necessarily have. I mean, the thing is, we can do an app. We can do a loading state in here, where yeah, here's the layout, I guess. So like, oh, we never did trending post. Interesting. Missed one. We never did explore either. Or this one might have been called something else. Let me see. No, we just never did explore. It doesn't make any sense. But we did explore for you. So I think we can get rid of that. Because we did explore for you, explore trending. Yeah. So I'm not worried about that. Okay, so go back to home. Because yeah, we kind of like need our communities all loaded like as soon as we spawn in, because they're at the top. Like in the layout page, maybe we have a spinner while we load stuff like that. Like, I don't think this waits for anything, right? Like, this one just loads later. It doesn't really matter, but we don't want to display anything until we have our whatever loaded. So I'm thinking in our layout page, it's probably not the right place for this, but I am thinking that in our layout page, where we're doing this other stuff, or is it in our pages? Whoops. It is in our. So we want loading. Let's go ahead and say const loading app. Call it loading set loading equal to use state boolean set to true to start, right? And what we'll do like modal container doesn't hurt to have open. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it Alright, I'm about to get up again. One sec, y'all.
You take my mouth, raise
Alright, y'all. Sorry for all the interruptions. So we almost need like a flag in the community slice. Like watches for communities loaded. Let's go ahead and say communities loaded is a boolean. I'm going to throw this in here. So communities loaded will start as false. Okay. We might need to do some of this for some other stuff as well. So we'll watch for communities loaded, and then there should be a like just a get user communities or something. Do we not have a get user community? We do. So loading true and communities loaded false just to be safe. Right? And then here loading false and communities loaded will be true. So go ahead and set that. And then maybe rejected if we even did reject it, I don't know. I did loading false. And this would be communities loaded false as well. So now what we can do is come into our layout page, wherever that went. So we have a loading state equal to true. So we should probably load like the user, load like the get user by token. We have logged in, I guess. So if we have logged in, do a use effect that watches state.logged in, and then we can also do another use selector up here. Const and communities loaded. Go to use selector. State root state. State.communities. So then we can also watch for communities loaded. So now if we have a state.logged in and the communities are loaded, we can go ahead and set loading to false. Now of course we also need to get that user, but I think we can do that here. So if state.logged in, this is watching username and state logged in. I think we can just do like a if state.logged in and state.token and not communities loaded. That's kind of like our initialization area. So then we can go ahead and say dispatch get users communities. I don't know what this takes. Whoops. Gosh dang it. So what does this take? User ID. So that's fine. State dot logged in. Whoops. Logged in dot user ID, and then token be state dot and token. So then whenever we load the app, we will go ahead and fetch the users communities too. And then finally we'll set loading to false after the users logged in and communities are loaded, assuming we're supposed to be on this page. So now I'm wondering if we wrap this layout First layout end right here. And what if we don't wrap this layout right here? And we can fix this in a second, but loading question mark and then have a circular progress. I'm gonna just do this for now. Otherwise this, ACF, FG, circular progress. Doing this guy. Okay, go back to our layout page. Paste it in. Need to import it, but that's fine. Now the entire thing should be loading until we have a username logged in, and our communities are loaded. Now, if we refresh this, see what happens. The location, I see unknown coder. The conversations, I see suggested for who to follow. The feed, but I do not see it calling this. What's going on here? Why is it not getting the communities? Not communities loaded. We're logged in. Communities loading should start as false. Loading is true. Let me double check this. Community slice. Communities loaded gets set to true whenever we do this. Why does it seem like it's not calling communities loaded? What a mess. Clear this. Brush. Get communities. It's calling get communities. Might be empty right now for one thing, but I see verify and I see unknown coder. Oh wait, right here. I guess we do have it. Obviously it's empty because we're not part of anything. So it is calling it. Okay, that part is working. Now let's go to the communities page. Go back to our communities page. So here, don't want this. And they'll say if the user's communities.length is equal to 0 and navigate them to communities explore. Okay, so we already grabbed the communities before we loaded this page. Fingers crossed anyway. And then so now the thing is, so let's try this. Come in here, go to communities. This should take us to Communities Explorer because there's nothing in there. It's gonna load twice here. Click on this. Okay. It's fine. Click join. Sure. Agree and join. We also need to remember to do the right sidebar for the rules, but okay, so we're joined. We go home. We also need to deal with whenever we leave the feed page. Like whenever we leave let's see here. Like whenever we leave a location, so maybe like here in this use effect, whenever we detect a current change, if we don't have this, then we dispatch update selected community to undefined. Maybe we try to do it here. That's another issue that we have, is the community is still being set. Right? Okay. So now I'm gonna open up our Redux. I'm gonna give this a refresh just to see what's going on in our Redux. So our current communities has one user community. Surprised how many posts in it right now. Whoops. So that's good. No discovery posts or anything like that. No current community members, that's fine. Click on communities. Takes us to where we want to go. Terrific. That actually worked the way I was hoping it would. So now, click on explore. It's gonna fetch these. That's fine. That's kind of working how we want. Can't do anything about the double. Unfortunately. So that's working as expected. Click on search. This opens it back up. Okay. That's good to go. Click on monitoring, I guess. Okay. That opens this up. Now it looks like something changed there a little bit. Or maybe just loaded in late. I don't know. Go back out of here to communities/suggested, where it doesn't have a community ID anymore. Our selected community should be undefined, which it is. So that is working. So now if we click on infrastructure again, what is going on here? It says 5 members and then goes to 6 members. Oh, you know what? It's whenever we select this guy to load it, it's re-randomizing. That's what's happening. Okay. That makes sense. So I think I'm fine with loading sequence now. Now if we go home. Now what we need to do is probably not going to do anything for this special, because all the posts are made up in random anyway. But now we need to go through and fix this home top bar and be able to click on these, which I'm not excited about because these are like dynamically sized. And that's going to be a pain in the backside. And the way that we have these set up, we need to know a specific size. So do I want to do this now, or do I want to work on the rule sidebar? I'm going to click on a community. So we still need search for the community. So if I go into communities, okay, we still have search. So we need to add a rules and what's happening, but that is unrelated. So really don't think we have much time. To work on this, but it is what it is. So let's go back into a community features components. Call it community rules / community rules.tsx. Community rules.css. Okay. So this will import React from React and import / community rules.css. Okay. Export const community rules, say react.fc. All right, so what we'll go ahead and do is say const community or selected community equal to use selector state root state state.community. Don't know why it's not showing up, but okay. Because root state didn't import, of course. Might be communities. Okay. So over selected community, we'll go ahead and say earn div last name equal to community dash rules. And then what we'll go ahead and do is say selected community question mark. But then, and maybe what we want to do actually is how do I want to do this? I think I just want to do a loading. But I think I do want in here. So then I guess we'll just do div last name equal to, so we'll do this. Oops. Selected community question mark. If it was selected community, we'll have the community, div last name equal to community rules content. And then otherwise of a div class name equal to community dash rules dash loading. And then here we'll have our circular progress. Let's yoink this again. Circular progress. There we go. Let's yoink this. And this was community rules. Paste that and import it. All right. So there's that. So if we don't have a community, selected community, we'll just put the loading. And then here, what we'll go ahead and do is we will have $, no problem, Coco, selected community. I've been good. kind of a mess of a stream today, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And then we need a space, and then it'll say rules. This needs to be a div actually, or maybe an h3. Class name equal to community rules, and then name maybe for title, like so. Stream was kind of a mess today. Nice. Then we'll have another div, class name equal to community rules, and then list maybe. Then here we'll go ahead and say selected community dot community rules dot map to each rule. We'll also grab the index. We'll return a div with a class name equal to community rules and rule. I guess that's kind of yucky, but and then we'll have a div with a class name equal to community dash rules rule number, and this will just go ahead and say index +1. Okay, and then below this it'll go ahead and have a, I guess we'll just do a p tag, class name equal to community rules rule text, and this will say rule. Let's wrap this side of curly braces like so. And what is wrong here? We're missing a parenthesis maybe? There we go. Cool. Fortunately, I meant to hop off soon, but glad you stopped by again. So let's see, the size of this guy is, I get the whole thing, 350 by 218. Dot community rules. It's actually going to be like width. I'm assuming the width is the 3. Yeah, 348 for the rule. Width is 350 px, I'm just going to say. And then height will be bit-content. And I'll set a min height on this to whatever that was, like 250 or whatever. Min height would be like 216. 216 px. Okay, looks good. And then we'll do the loading first. This will be width 100%, height 100%, and then we'll display flex, justify content, be center, I believe. Align items will be flex start. And then I want a padding on the top of like 32 px. I think that should work. Also, community rules needs a border. This is like a very light color. Although every time I say it's a light color, it doesn't look right on this monitor. So I'm going with a regular gray color. Hoping for the best. Everything looks darker on my current monitor. So we go back into our this guy. Border 1px solid. Paste that. Whoops. And a border radius of 12px. I'm gonna add the padding onto the component, into the content itself, I think. Okay, and I kind of just want to get this in the feed page or the layout page, and then we'll have to deal with the rest later. So go into our layout page. Okay, let's see here. Layout info section. I think this is where we want this stuff. We're gonna say location.pathname. How are we gonna deal with this? Dot includes communities slash, they need to like match we have to like match here, unfortunately. Hopefully this works. And this might have to actually go into the discover component. Is it called discovery or just discover? Okay, it is called this. Alright, so we're going to have to do some stuff here. This goes above who to follow, but below the search. So basically we need const param. We need to get the path param. So react get path parameter. I just want to try to get this up real quick. Use param. Okay, and then we also want const location equal to use location. So we're just going to check to see if location.pathname.includes communities and community ID. So if we have both of these, then we're going to go ahead and have a community rules. Is it going to work? Who knows? Let's see. It does. Let's go. Now the only problem is that I think technically the search is supposed to stick to the top, so we need to deal with that. But our rules are showing up, and this is lighter, so let's go ahead and use the other color just to match the other one. And then we're going to have to call it a stream because I do have to get off to go to work this morning. So rules are started, but don't quite have time to finish the rules. We'll also do a padding on the bottom of this. Of like 16, maybe. Add a little space between these. I didn't do anything. Terrific. Why? Oh, it needs to be margin bottom, probably. Duh. So margin bottom. Try that. Looks better. Cool. Alright, so looks good. Yo, I appreciate that right before we dip off. I appreciate the AGI. Alright, so I'll have to work on this later. Also, it seems like there's still a padding on top of this. Oh no, never mind, it's just the default styles. Alright, y'all. So I do have to get off to go to work. So off stream, I'm going to try to continue working on the rules sidebar and a couple other things. But I appreciate you all for stopping by. This has been Ethan Uncoder, and I hopefully see you all on Monday for a Minecraft stream. Peace out, y'all.
I don't wanna just get by in life before we die. I only live a single time, no chances to revive. Days are slip away sometimes when pressure holds too tight.